Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 19th. We're going to jump right in here, Cancer, and we are going to see what is going on in your general energies in this first row here. And sorry, this whole deck is upside down as usual. Mercury retrograde, right? In your second row, we're going to look at where you are at in your destiny timeline. I don't know what I'm going to call this row yet, but we're going to look at where you at on your way to your destiny. In your next row, we're going to look at the next steps that you could be taking in your life here and what your next step should be in this row here. And then at the end, we are going to look at anything else that you need to hear right now in this row here. And on top of that, we are going to pull 3 yes or no question cards at the very end as well. But Cancer, let's see what we have going on for you. You start off with the black cat. It says your luck will change soon. So I do feel there is a change in your luck, obviously. And this would be a positive change, I feel. So I feel like you're feeling much more confident. I feel like you're feeling much more certain of yourself as well. You know, I kind of feel like that ties into the confidence, obviously. But you just feel more confident to me at this time. So maybe you're just more sure of the decisions that you're making. But I feel there's a lot of good luck coming in for you here. You have the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. I feel you're moving away from this energy. That 5 of Wands, it came up in reverse, which is interesting. I mean, the whole deck was upside down, but it was the first card. And, you know, I kind of feel that for a lot of you, this is saying you're moving away from the 5 of Wands energy. There's something here about knowing exactly what you want. Again, you have this 4 Cups, and I'm using this is the Mystical Mondays Tarot. And you can see that there's that one glowing cup above her head. And that's really standing out to me. I feel maybe you've been confused about the direction that you're going in your life, or you've been confused about what you want to do in your life. This could be in love, business, money, spirituality, anywhere. And I feel you finally have made a decision with this energy. You have the Page of Pentacles as well. So I feel like there could be some good news coming in for you this week with the Page of Pentacles. But I also just feel that you're learning about new opportunities that are coming your way. And because of that, you know, I feel you are increasing your luck as well. It's like sometimes when we open up to new opportunities, I feel like that's really what kind of increases luck in our life. Let's see here. With the 5 of Wands, you have the 4 of Wands. You have the 4 of Wands twice in your reading. If you're looking for love, definitely a very good love reading for you here, Cancer. So there could be new love coming in. It looks like an earth sign, but it could be any sign that's coming in for you. I feel like this person has no drama. I feel like they're drama-free. I feel like they're hardworking. And I feel like they're very focused as well. It's like you're attracting a person who's just like you right now. It seems to me like you're very focused on one thing. If you want love, for example, I feel like you're focused on one type of love. If you want business, I feel like you're focused on one type of business. And you're really focusing on what to do to make it happen. With the 4 Cups, you have the 8 of Swords. Again, I feel like you've been confused up until this point on how to get what you want. But it's almost like there's a realization or a change coming in for you this week that makes you realize what you want. Things are becoming clear to you this week, which is very interesting. Again, sometimes I find that during Mercury retrograde, we actually can gain a lot of clarity, because if we're revisiting some old ideas, for example, we can get a lot of answers, I believe, during this time. And that's what this reading looks like to me. I actually feel like you're setting yourself free. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the 9 of Pentacles, so independence. You know, 9 of Pentacles is a card of gratitude and luxuries. It's crazy to me that, you know, I really thought September was not going to be like what it's turned into, right? I wouldn't say that I thought it was going to be a bad month. I just thought it was going to be a little bit more challenging. And as I said during the September readings, clearly something changed in the energy. And I do feel you could be very focused on increasing your resources. You have a ton of cards of focus in this reading. Even the 9 of Pentacles, she has this falcon on her hand. And that falcon represents the fact that she is training her focus. She is training, she's learning what to pay attention to, and I feel that's going to be really important for you for whatever reason. Next, in the area of where you are at on your way to your destiny, I don't know what I'm going to call this row yet. This is an experimental reading, right? You have this vulture. In this deck, this card represents kind of like death or going through a transformation. I also feel like it's asking you to keep it simple. You know, vultures, they are masters of conservation of energy. They kind of soar around. They don't really flap their wings until they find food. So they don't waste time or energy doing things that don't lead to a result. And that's what I feel here. I feel you could be kind of gliding through not only this week, but for the rest of the month. And I feel like it's saying when you spot an opportunity, start flapping your wings, start moving towards it, right? But until that time, I feel it's perfectly acceptable to kind of take your time. You have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. The King of Pentacles, I do feel this could be a person coming in for you. Could be an older person. Look at this, looks like an older person on this card. And it could be any gender. I don't attach gender to my cards in these general readings. But I do feel there could be a person coming in for you, like a business person like this guy here. This is one of those few times where I feel that the card is perfectly saying exactly who's coming in for you. And I feel like it could be a very hardworking, very disciplined person that's coming in for you. I feel like they find you very attractive. You have the Queen of Wands right next to it. So I feel there's a lot of attraction with this person that's coming in for you. I also do feel this is talking about your money luck. There's something here about your financial luck changing. For some of you, I feel if you're waiting for a settlement in a legal matter, that this could be a settlement coming in for you. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles isn't really a card of settlements, but you know, there's some cards in the tarot that I consider to be clue cards, and the Two of Pentacles is one of those cards. Two of Pentacles to me can come up when someone's receiving a settlement. You end with a Justice card as well. Not only that, you also have the Nine of Swords here in the area of what your next step should be. Here's the thing. Nine of Swords can be, you know, having a nightmare, waking up and in a nightmare, still being in a nightmare. It's kind of like a never-ending story. But here's the thing about the Nine of Swords. It can represent having another opportunity. It can represent short-time or temporary opportunities as well. So there's a solution with the Nine of Swords, which is if you're looking for money, there could be part-time work, holiday work, there could be consulting work, or if you do consulting work, Nine of Swords, again, is a clue card for that type of work. So, you know, it could be a good opportunity for you to get some like part-time money for some temporary money or something like that. So again, if you need money, I would be looking for, you know, part-time opportunities, whether it's holiday work, temporary work, just a temporary position, something like that. It's definitely popping into my head. Could also be like contract work as well. You have the Four of Wands, so marriage. You have the Four of Wands twice. Four of Wands is a card of freedom. It's a card of being set free, getting some sort of opportunity. It's also a card of completion, and I do feel like you're ending one cycle here and you're moving on to the next cycle. The only thing I would say is, if I was being super picky about this reading, is going in this direction. I would, to that Nine of Wands, I would just open up to it. Sometimes I think we get stuck in stinking thinking, right? And we don't open up to certain opportunities that could come our way. And so I would kind of say stay open to the opportunities, but let's see. With that King of Pentacles, you have the Moon. Could also be a Pisces that's coming in for you. Again, just because it's King of Pentacles doesn't mean it's an Earth sign. It could just be a person who is as I described in the reading. So it could be a Pisces. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Love it. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. So make sure if you're working to balance out the energy. But I love the Eight of Pentacles because it's a card of direct results. It says if you are putting energy into work or business, that you will see results right away. And so I feel there's definitely money coming in for you. I'm also getting something about a settlement. Eight of Pentacles can represent material success on the horizon, basically money coming in the future. So if you've been waiting for money or wanting money, I feel this could be money coming in for you here with the Eight of Pentacles. With the Four of Wands, you have the Six of Wands. Love it. Six of Wands is a card of excellence, card of achievement, card of success. There's definitely some sort of achievement coming in for you at this time as well. So I feel like there could be a lot of positive attention coming in for you. I'm also just getting some sort of victory, but also completion. You know, there's this wreath right here above my finger there. And the wreath, it kind of reminds me of the World card. You know, it kind of represents a completion. So you have the Four of Wands twice. Both cards represent completion. You have the Six of Wands. You know, that wreath could represent completion as well. So I feel like you could be ending one cycle, that Nine of Swords cycle probably, and moving on to something better. Next, in the area of what your next steps should be, you have this drama card. I feel like you need to bring the drama to an end. And you also have this restlessness card. And your solution is the Queen of Wands, which is your first card in this row. I know already that's your solution. So number one, Queen of Wands can represent gossip and things like that. I always think that, this year we have Mars going retrograde at the end of October. So I always tell people no gossip, no paying attention, no talking behind people's back, none of that, because it will come back on you times 10 under Mars retrograde. So I just ignore it completely. That's the trick with Mars retrograde, is if you ignore it, then those people are guilty. It makes you look perfectly innocent if you just don't take part in it, right? So ignore it. Number two, what I would say here is if you're feeling restless, your answer is the Queen of Wands. You have the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers. Queen of Wands says move towards your desire, move towards your desires, with bold intentions. Be bold, be assertive. As I always say with the Queen of Wands, she is super aggressive in a good way, right? She really moves towards things that she desires. Not only that, she normally has a black cat in front of her. You have this black cat card. As I just said to Pisces, the black cats in tarot, during the times of tarot, black cats were considered very unlucky. And so it kind of represents the fact that she does not care what anyone thinks. She's going to move towards something. I've been saying it all year. Fortune favors the bold. Be bold, be assertive. You will be extremely fortunate. I also feel like someone finds you very attractive. With the Nine of Swords, I feel there's just something you can't tolerate any longer in your life. It's going to be different for all of you, but I feel this Nine of Swords is talking about a never-ending situation, a never-ending, cycle that you're trying to end here, Cancer. So I feel you're trying to bring something to an end, like a never-ending nightmare. It looks to me like you're making the decision to put up some boundaries against something that has been a never-ending nightmare. Also, like I said, I feel like your next step should be to bring this to an end if there is something like this. I also feel if you want money, that there could be some very good opportunities for you financially if you kind of look for them. I keep encouraging people to look for opportunities. We have to look for these opportunities because, like I said at the beginning of 2022, I would say between now and 2025, it's kind of like a treasure hunt. You have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold. And I feel like that's the energy that we're in until like 2025 at least, maybe a little bit longer. But for the people who go on treasure hunts, you're going to find it. You're going to move a lot of dirt. It's going to take some time. But when you find that gold, it's going to be totally worth it. And that's really why I preach this stuff because, it's like I've seen it work in my own life and I feel like it can work in everybody else's. You have the Lovers as well. I feel for some of you that this is not necessarily about love, although I do feel that a little bit. I feel there is kind of an opportunity for you to pick a new path. The Lovers can represent being at a crossroads, and Lovers encourages us to pick the new path. So any decisions that you're trying to make at this time, I would pick the new path with this energy because I feel like it's going to lead to the most success for you. I do also feel there could be love coming in for you. I'm getting birds of a feather. You have a lot of birds here. Nine of Pentacles, bird, Lovers, birds. You have that vulture card, bird. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be a person who's kind of has very similar ideas to you, or you are kind of similar in some way. Again, I think the most important thing here is that your next step should be to ignore drama, gossip, anything like that, but I would also move boldly towards an idea or a plan that you have. With that Queen of Wands, you have the Ace of Swords. You're going to be victorious. If you're wondering, like, should I start this side business? Should I go get this temp job? Should I get into this relationship? Whatever you're asking, the answer is yes. Definitely yes. I feel that it will be a victory for you. I feel all your readings have been about a victory lately. With the Nine of Swords, I feel like you are going to be so happy when you end this cycle. It's not even funny. You have the Ten of Cups, like fortune after difficulty with the Ten of Cups. I don't even think it's talking about love. Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. And I feel this is you ending the nightmare, but it's like you're choosing to do it. Sometimes I do think we choose the nightmare, right? I did it for a long time in my life. I chose the nightmare to be in a nightmare. Once I ended it, I was happy that I ended it. Sometimes I think we form attachments to our trauma, like I did. That's what I did, basically. And, it was almost like my trauma made me comfortable. But once I released it, I was like, oh my God, so much happier. So I kind of feel some of you are doing that. And again, good card for love. With the Lovers, here you go, Queen of Pentacles. You have the King and Queen of Pentacles in your reading. So if you're looking for love, I feel this could be divine counterparts for you, perfect match. I also just love this for money. There's definitely some sort of improvement as far as your finances are concerned here. The thing is, you have that restlessness card. So again, your next step should be to focus on your resourcefulness. That's the thing. Queen of Pentacles, sometimes she has to be resourceful. She has to kind of come up with ways to make money, or she has to look for a side position or a side hustle or something like that. And I would definitely encourage you to do that. Next, in the area of what you need to hear right now, you have this Pale card. It says time to get out of a situation. Literally, we talked about this. And you also have this Tankard. It says celebration, fun, enjoyment. This is literally what this is right here. So these two things are exactly the same. I feel like this is saying that ending a negative situation is going to lead to joy, happiness, abundance, fortune after difficulty. Pretty simple. You have the Nine of Wands, the Two Wands, and the Justice card. I do feel, I kind of feel good, bad about this Nine of Wands. I feel for some of you that you're putting up boundaries against anything toxic or anything that could be stealing your happiness. I feel that's a good thing. I don't really feel bad about it, but I do feel, I feel like this is encouraging you to leave a comfort zone a little bit. Two Wands is a card of needing to leave a comfort zone. Nine of Wands is a card of like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's kind of a card of experimentation. It's a card of perseverance. But how do we overcome an obstacle? We have to try and try and try, right? And like I said, I feel this energy of moving the dirt. But I feel I'm here to encourage you with this reading, because I feel like it's encouraging you to move some dirt so that you can get to the gold. You have the Two Wands. Again, Two Wands can represent leaving a comfort zone or needing to leave a comfort zone. Normally, there's a guy who's standing at the top of a castle on the Two of Wands, and he's looking off into the distance, but he has the whole world in his hands. And you have that Six of Wands. Like I was saying, the Six of Wands has the wreath from the World card on it, and it's almost as if you've ended one cycle, and you're kind of just like standing there saying, like, have I ended this cycle? The answer is yes. I feel it's time for you to get out and explore and see what the world has to offer, right? I feel like I've said this to you before, or something very similar. He's kind of standing at the top of his castle on the Two Wands normally, and it's almost as if he's saying to himself, I've accomplished everything I can accomplish. There's nothing more. And there's a lot more for you, Cancer. I feel like there's a lot more for you to experience. You have the Justice card. I kind of feel justice is your answer. Justice is cause and effect. It just says, try to do something just a little bit, and then when you get a result, keep trying. Justice says, make sure to put energy into things that give energy back to you. And if you do that, you will be very successful. And that's exactly what I'd be doing with this Justice energy for sure. Let's see what we get here. With that Nine of Wands, you have the Lovers. I would definitely open up to love. Like, if you want love, I feel this is saying that Nine of Wands could be a little bit of a defensive energy, and maybe there's a good reason for it, of course, but if you want love, I feel this is saying that if you have a King of Pentacles type person, someone who's very hardworking, successful, I feel this person's very confident as well. I feel it's kind of like they make decisions very quickly. I feel that's what will stand out to you the most when you meet this person, is I feel like they say something, they do it. They kind of have a very decisive energy about them, and very confident as well. I feel it. Like, I feel this very confident energy. So I feel like that Nine of Wands is saying it's safe for you to love this person. With the Two of Wands, you have the Three of Cups. Definitely a celebration coming in for you. Ten of Cups. You have the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands. These are all cards. Four of Wands twice. These are cards of celebration, happiness, having a good time. So some major celebration energy here. And with the Justice card, you have the Page of Pentacles. Again, anything new that you're doing, Page of Pentacles represents learning. It represents studiousness. So I feel for some of you, like, whatever new situation, it doesn't matter what you're getting into, love, business, or otherwise, I feel this is saying justice. Learn through justice, meaning learn by putting energy in and getting energy out. If you don't get energy out from something, try something else. It's just that simple. But a lot of success here, Cancer. I love this reading for you. I feel there's just really, it boils down to that Nine of Swords and the Ten of Cups. I feel it's saying you're ending a negative cycle and entering into a happy one. Plain and simple. Love it. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, Cancer. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think your questions. 1, 2, 3. For question number 1, you have the Death card. I would say yes if you're making a change. You have the Vulture, which is very similar to Death, so I would say yes. Keep it simple this week, like I said. For question number 2, you have the King of Cups. Yes, definitely could be a water sign coming in for you. Could be a water sign with Earth, or an Earth sign with a lot of water in their chart. Take it how it resonates, but I definitely feel this is saying yes to whatever your question is. Could also be you. For question number 3, I would also say yes, definitely new love. Some of you, it could be a Scorpio coming in for you here, but I also feel some of you asked the same question as usual for all 3. I would say yes. This looks really good, Cancer. I love where this is going. So Thank you for being here. I would say if you're feeling restless, start making moves towards your heart. Queen of Wands, right? Be bold, be assertive. But this looks amazing. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.